How's it going, everybody? And welcome to this review on Hostinger. Now, before I begin, if you guys are interested in Hostinger, feel free to use the link in the description down below if you'd like to claim a discount. Now, let's get straight into it. Now, do I recommend Hostinger? Overall, yes, I do recommend Hostinger if you're after cheap hosting that still performs. The biggest pros with Hostinger is that it has WordPress plans. A strong onboarding experience on most WordPress plans ensures great ease of use, so that's really good. In addition to the conventional Linux plans, Hostinger also offers Windows hosting on VPS plans. There's multilingual support and affordable hosting. Now, some of the cons you might want to consider is the low uptime percentage. Because held up to industry standards, Hostinger's uptime guarantee may not be as good. There are no dedicated plans and there's no phone support. And while the live chat support is pretty good and very helpful, the phone support tends to be a little bit more preferable when it comes to web hosting. Okay, so getting straight into the performance. Now, no web host can guarantee 100% uptime. That being said, you'll want to aim for something in the 99.97 to 99.99 range, which equates to between 50 and 150 minutes of downtime per year. Now, Hostinger has a lot of strengths, but honestly, uptime isn't exactly one of them. Hostinger guarantees 99.9% uptime, which translates to about 7 hours and 53 minutes of downtime per year. Of course, that figure represents the worst case scenario, but ideally, you'd like to avoid the possibility of more than 1 to 3 hours of downtime per year. And according to Hostinger's server status reports, its overall uptime for the last 30 days, which let me bring it over right here. As you can tell, it does get better and it gets worse at times, but it's generally at the 99.9% guarantee. Sometimes it goes all the way up to 992. While the uptime guarantee can get really good at times, on some servers, you might have to bear with the uptime guarantee, especially if you run an e-commerce website. Going down for more than 3 hours could be a problem. Now, as you weigh up Hostinger's strengths and weaknesses, you might be wondering how much a less than stellar uptime will matter for your specific site. Uptime is especially important if you're hosting an e-commerce site, because the more downtime you experience, the less sales you'll be able to make. Good uptime matters across the board, but it could be a make or break factor for huge e-commerce sites. Okay, now let's get into the types of hosting. Now you've got web hosting, cloud hosting, WordPress hosting, cPanel hosting, hosting for agencies. You've got VPS hosting, CyberPanel hosting, and Minecraft server hosting. There's no dedicated hosting though, so keep that in mind. Now, starting with the shared plan hosting, which are the cheapest, easiest way to host a website, Hostinger's shared plans are secure and user-friendly, and the more advanced elements will be taken care of for you. On the single shared web hosting plan, you will get one account, whereas on the premium and business shared, you'll get unlimited accounts. For bandwidth, you'll get 100 on the single shared and unlimited on the rest. And in terms of backups, it's weekly on the premium and single, but with the business shared web hosting plan, you'll get daily backup. You don't get a free domain with the single shared plan, but you will get it with the business and premium. And it's the same with SSH access. You don't get it with the single shared hosting, but you do get it with the more advanced plans. Now, next up, let's take a look at the WordPress hosting, which also run on shared servers and offer the same ease of use and affordability. Again, you get one account with the single WordPress, you get 100 gigabytes of bandwidth, no automatic backups, no free domain, and no SSH access. However, with the WordPress starter plan, you'll be getting unlimited emails, unlimited bandwidth, weekly backups, a free domain, and SSH access. And you also get that with the WordPress Business, and you also get that with the Business and WordPress Pro. Except with Business, you'll be getting daily backups, and with the Pro plan, you'll be getting way more visits, 300 websites, and 300 free SSLs. And you get daily backups on both, if I haven't mentioned that. Now, moving on to the cloud plans. While shared plans mean multiple websites sharing one server, cloud plans mean that your site is hosted in the cloud, a service that exists on multiple servers. All of Hostinger's cloud plans include a dedicated IP address, a free domain, and unlimited bandwidth. But where they differ is the cloud startup right here with 300 websites, 200 gigabytes of SSD storage, 3 gigabytes of RAM, and 2 CPU cores. With Cloud Professional, you'll also get 300 websites, 250 gigabytes of SSD storage, 6 gigabytes of RAM, and 4 CPU cores. And finally, on the Cloud Enterprise plan, you'll be getting also 300 websites, 300 gigabytes of SSD storage, 12 gigabytes of RAM, and 6 CPU cores, which is pretty good. But for that kind of service, the pricing will certainly change. And finally, with VPS hosting, you have so many options here. You can go down to as little as $299 a month and as much as $77.99 a month. And of course, it will all depend on what you're looking for. If you want to go for as little as 1 gigabyte, 20 gigabytes of SSD disk space, 1 terabyte bandwidth, or if you want to go all the way up to 16 gigabytes of RAM, 250 gigabytes of SSD disk space, 12 terabytes of bandwidth, and of course, dedicated IP and full root access is accessible across all the VPS plans. And if you're not familiar with VPS hosting, it creates a virtual environment that imitates a dedicated server, meaning you get many of the benefits of dedicated resources, but at a lower price. Hostinger's VPS plans come with a custom control panel. Hostinger's VPS plans come with a custom control panel, auto installers with popular web scripts and operating system templates, and 128 gigabyte RAM per server. As you can tell, Hostinger's VPS plans are categorized by the amount of CPU. Now, Hostinger's shared WordPress, cloud, and VPS plans all offer an excellent array of features. But if you've had experience with other hosting providers or have been shopping around for a while, you might be wondering, where is Hostinger's dedicated plans? This is one major drawback of Hostinger. It doesn't offer dedicated hosting, which most other providers do. Of course, this will only make or break your decision if you're looking for a dedicated plan, but it also has an important factor if you want to start on a shared or VPS plan and still want the possibility of eventually scaling up to dedicated. Dedicated plans are generally regarded as the next step up after VPS. They're a lot more expensive and best suited to very large business and e-commerce sites. If you think a dedicated plan might be for you, then be sure to check out the Bluehost review in the description down below. Now, pricing wise, you may have noticed the shared web hosting plan is going to be the cheapest one. And of course, the price will scale up as you upgrade to WordPress or cloud or VPS. It all depends on the resources that you're looking for out of the web hosting service. For an extra discount, be sure to check the link in the description down below. Okay, now security-wise, Hostinger's business share plan includes a free SSL certificate, which is ideal for small businesses looking to keep their clients' data safe. Hostinger used to make you pay for SSL unless you chose the business share plan, but the good news is that now you get a free SSL even if you choose the cheapest single shared hosting plan. Having to purchase basic level SSL separately from a hosting plan is uncommon. However, if you want to upgrade to more enhanced security, then Hostinger is no different from competitors by charging an additional cost. Now, Hostinger offers robust customer service options, including a knowledge center, 24/7 live chat support, email, and support tickets. And one of Hostinger's standout support feature is that its customer support team is multilingual and equipped to field questions from all over the world. And don't worry if you can't find the 24/7 live chat support, it is only available for people logged into their accounts. Unfortunately, there's no phone support, but their regular support, their email and live chat support is quite good. So the final thoughts for Hostinger is that it is great value for money and a strong selection of features make Hostinger a competitive choice on the market. However, low uptime percentage and no dedicated hosting plans are definite drawbacks to consider before making your decision. I was impressed with the affordable prices and hosting features. If you're after cheap hosting and don't mind a lower uptime guarantee, Hostinger is a safe bet. But if you're interested in another hosting provider that gives you better uptime guarantee and phone support, be sure to check the review for Bluehost down below. And of course, don't forget about the discount that I'm going to put down below. So as you can tell here, my discount is not applied right now, but because I have applied it before, it will apply when I select my plan. So it will go down from $199 to $185. So that'll save you quite a bit. All right. So be sure to check this discount out and just click the link below and it will apply right away. Besides that, thank you guys very much for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Have a wonderful day.